Hello, Squee the Squirrel here, bringing you another DIY instructional video on advanced nut acquisition. That's advanced nut acquisition. Continuing our series on breaking into a fortress of food, we travel to a familiar suburban landscape to apply our strategies to floating nut castles. You've seen them around. Okay, let's get to the strategies. Step 1, reconnaissance. Always begin with a thorough survey of the surrounding environment, starting with high ground. Check multiple points of entry. When possible, select the team to cover multiple angles. Anole, dragonfly, and pigeon have my back. Before closing in to gather intel on the floating fortress, identify all escape routes and safe fallback positions. Note the times of day and corresponding position of the sun. Use limbs and foliage as natural cover. In a pinch, you can always hug a tree to hide in plain sight. And don't forget, always check your 6. Step 2, process and plan. The floating nut castle we will be dealing with today is particularly vulgar in design, with a transparent force field that keeps the nuts suspended in view but out of reach. The only known structural vulnerabilities are narrow gaps between the base plate and the aforementioned transparent force field. The castle has a single point of suspension, which means we will be dealing with tilt, spin around a center vertical axis, and a wide swing. I know what you're thinking. All these obstacles are pretty standard. Well, yes, they would be if it weren't for the bamboo. What makes this nut acquisition advanced is that every access point is made of bamboo. If you've never worked around bamboo before, well, it takes some getting used to. We're talking about extreme flexibility of material. So what does that mean for the mission? Well, the good news is you don't have to worry about that occasional brittle branch that suddenly breaks under your weight. But don't get cocky, because the bad news is that rigid strength you come to rely on from your average tree branch is nearly non-existent in bamboo. A branch with a resting angle between 75 to 90 degrees can quickly sink to 135 degrees or more. That means you need to snuggle up to the center stock for the most stable resting position. The further the distance from the center stock, the greater the flex. That extreme bend will have you really relying on the strength of your grip. Those leafy branches are your only real friction points, and for this castle, it's a long way down. Step 3, training. You will need strength training. A consistent regimen of pull-ups and inverted hangs is strongly recommended. But don't sacrifice agility training. Tail warm-ups are crucial. You will be swinging your derriere fast and wide to keep your balance on those springy branches. You are going to want that full range of motion, so don't be afraid to work it, early and often. Tips and tricks. Always check your 6. Everything about these fortresses feels like a trap. What if they are? Don't take that risk. Check your 6. Diversionary Tactics. A few moments of diverting a predator's attention may be all you need to escape. Anole is a master of distraction with clear physical gifts. I drop the signal and he flashes red. Branch fatigue is a reality with bamboo. The longer your weight bears down on a branch, the memory of it lingers. If you consistently losing your grip, find another branch. Let your primary branch recover and spring back to life. This, of course, is a great opportunity to hop up to higher ground and check your 6. Finally, let's talk about when things go pear-shaped. As you feed and feed and feed, you may lose the ability to gauge your balance and physical stamina. You start making risky moves and tempting fate in the feeding frenzy. If you lose your footing and swing out from your launch point, fall back on your training, of course, by pulling up, grip with your feet, drop to an inverted hang, and let your hands walk you back. It doesn't always look pretty, but it gets the job done. Okay, hopefully you found this useful. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I'll leave you today with a preview of next week's episode highlighting a robust and rather more elegant technique, the Cirque du Soleil. Until next time, I'm Squee the Squirrel reminding you, always check your 6.